punk ain't got shit on me.
Say what again?
Well, we some kind of suicide squad.
You can't handle the truth.
It's a trap.
Bad biscuits make the baker broke, bro.
Game. Blouses.
No, that's cool.
We always make noises.
Yeah,
Noises.
Yeah,
Noises.
But speaking of noises, the boys are back.
Boys are back in
But
town.
tegelikult peaks vist eesti keeles enne ostma.
jah,
Et poisid on tagasi.
poisid on tagasi.
This is how I'm gonna learn Estonian.
Yeah. Ja täna räägime jälle inglise keeles. Ja kui ei meeldi, siis pane next.
või eelmine.
Või eelmine, mis iganes.
Meil podcast'i nüüd on, nüüd saab juba kuulata.
Jah, mina Mark.
Ja Hannes.
Ja meiega on veel 2 poissi.
Yeah, introduce yourselves.
Ma olen Karl Hans, ma saan ka eesti. I'm eating a Cheeto. Sorry. I was trying to eat it so quietly. Anyway, I'm Oli. I've been on the show before. That's what I need to say.
Yes.
Reoccurring guest. Back on popular demand.
Somebody else
Yes.
though, just like
Yeah, we're the popular demand.
No, we had so many letters.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
none.
old-fashioned handwritten letters.
Yes.
I would love to have old-fashioned.
We haven't even provided an address for it.
They will find a way. Come on.
Yes.
Did you get any letters for Valentine's Day?
No, none. It's not Valentine's Day yet.
It is for people who are listening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
true.
make them
That's
mad.
true, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got loads, tons, thousands. Okay, maybe I took it too far. Tens, 20,
22.
20s.
42.
42.
That's the answer, man.
Yeah.
Life, the meaning,
Yeah.
the universe and everything. That's the one.
Yeah.
We acknowledged everybody that if you're listening to it on Valentine's Day, the one we did before, which was today.
Yeah.
My question to you guys, though, is how do you listen to it on Valentine's Day if this recording will go out next Wednesday, but Valentine's Day is this Thursday? People who didn't listen to yesterday's one today, but will listen to it tomorrow,
Yes.
they can listen to it on
There's
Valentine's
always-
Day.
Time continuum is waxed, man.
Also, there's
Space time, man!
time is relative, man. Also, there's gonna be next year. So
Fucking hope
You're gonna archive this podcast
no idea
for
if
next
that's
year's
That's true,
Valentine's
that's
Day
true.
just because of the beginning. Fuck, that's commitment, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
what if somebody finds us exactly next year,
Yeah, exactly.
and then he's like, "What's this one?"
If you're listening to this in the future, on Valentine's Day,
Happy
Love you.
Valentine's.
happy
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Good for you. Good for you. You did.
Oh, good for you.
I don't know. They did it. They did something.
In Christian Bale voice.
Well, at least they're listening to the podcast. That's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, you
A
may
year from now, I mean,
Yeah.
we may be like the biggest thing in Estonia.
You already were.
Yeah.
Number one on iTunes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. For a week or so.
That's
Yes.
significant.
Yeah.
They're already doing something right in their life.
Yeah, exactly. You're listening to the podcast. Okay, we're not that egotistical.
egocentric.
Of course,
Egocentric, yeah.
That's the.
If you didn't get it, that it was a
Word.
joke. I laughed afterwards.
The word you're thinking of is word.
Word, yeah. No, it was not word. It's when you have a word and you use it in a sentence and it doesn't end the way the noun ends. Then you have to.
What the fuck are you talking
I'm so glad you said that. That was exactly what the fuck.
If you put words together, you can make sentences. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, okay, I will use it in a sentence then.
Kids, gather around.
I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story of words. I don't know where I'm going with
Who
this.
has the guitar?
Words past, present, and future.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
What?
tense. Different tense.
Different tense.
Tense.
Yeah,
okay.
that was the word I was looking
Wow,
for.
man.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I hear Estonia has a lot of troublesome tenses.
Yeah,
You learn
exactly.
to speak
Some
Estonian.
tenses we have still past, present, and future, but
But then there's
we
like
have
different words.
12. What the fuck are they called?
Oh, it's not tenses. What are the candid?
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Sounds like a wizard
It's,
from Lord of the Rings.
Fuck.
They are. We have 14 of them.
I will Google this shit because I don't know English that well.
Maybe they don't have an English word for it.
They
because
do. They do. I've Googled it before, but I just don't remember.
Our English teacher, if you are listening to this, we're really sorry.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we're speaking it, and it's fine.
Yeah, you're holding an English podcast. I think that's
yeah, exactly.
pretty
Come
proud.
on, fuck you.
Should be
I
proud
mean,
enough.
sorry.
If you're actually listening to this, fuck you.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's staying in.
Oh man.
So how the fuck do you change language
I don't know. I'm still like.
What?
in a mobile version of Wikipedia?
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use Google Translate. Fuck you guys.
Exactly. Who uses Wikipedia to translate?
Me, because I wanted information on it.
Okay.
Like, what did they do?
What do they actually? What? I have Hebrew Estonian here.
So you're looking
Hebrew.
up tenses and then you
Hebrew.
want to
Yeah,
know.
we translated your
What beer is
Quran.
that?
What you
Hebrew.
thought was it is a Quran. What you thought was Arabic, but it was actually Hebrew.
What beer
The
is that?
Quran was written in Hebrew. What? I mean, I guess it's.
No, he
His
has,
version,
he has
yeah.
a Quran.
Oh,
that's-
okay. You have a Hebrew Quran.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. And it was printed in Berlin.
In 18.
That's
Go-
a really
go
nice
fucking figure.
trifecta of like.
It's an oxymoron.
I feel like there's a lot of guilt going on to this. Like, they're going to
love it.
princess sing about some Muslims, but we make it into
Case.
the Jew language.
We have 12 cases.
Cases.
Yeah.
Oh, cases. Yeah.
I thought cases was like uppercase and lowercase, like capital letters.
Dude, you're too digital now.
No, check the other options for the
It's not
word.
just digital, man.
Could be some other word for it as well.
Anyway, that's a nice segue to our what's the word for
Podcast?
No, not
Education?
podcast.
Topic.
Ah.
Dude, you're out of it.
Yeah.
But you got
yeah.
segue, which is nice.
Yeah, it's a segue.
It
Yeah, I
wasn't
got
a segue.
segue. Exactly, I got segue, not topic. So fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. It's a case. It's still a case.
It's still case.
So
case
we
of
have nominative, genitive, partitive, illative, inessive, elative, allative, adhesive, ablative,
Adjacent.
translative, terminative, essive, abassive, and comminative. That's 14 cases for you. So you can check
you
out what
fucked
they do.
you
Jesus.
fucked up some of the pronunciations.
No,
Of
man,
course I did.
whatever. I didn't understand it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Grammar, man.
Beautiful. I love the English versions. The nominative version, a beautiful book. Genitive version, a beautiful book. A beautiful book. Into a beautiful book.
Yeah.
Inessive, a beautiful book. Man, like okay. Good luck learning Estonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of know it. You don't know shit. So
Oh man.
you're still on the road. Learning.
I've been here for 28 years and I still don't know shit.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's true.
Well, he did it just fine in the store. What else do you need?
yeah, you're in an Estonian podcast.
Or kids, just listen to your teachers at school. They know what they're talking about sometimes. Usually grammar teachers do.
Well,
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But usually.
It's all about the learning.
Grandma teachers.
Take it all in. You'll figure it out later.
We learned Latin in school.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah, we only did it for like 3 years, but it
In
was
boarding
good.
school?
Yeah, but it was good because it like taught you like how languages are made, even though nobody knows
Oh
how
yeah,
to
because you're
pronounce
getting
that.
the source. So.
Yeah, it was like this really basic stuff, and they had lots of cases. I guess you would, but it wasn't called cases, but it was like there was imperative and objective.
but they don't
All
have
these other
14.
things.
They had
No.
6
Yeah, it was something like 6.
because I learned Latin as well.
What? Amomasamet, all that bullshit. I can't remember much of it. I mainly
Yeah.
you remember all. I remember all the stories, man. That was the best bit about Latin. Like, you translate something, it's like, oh, that's a cool story about
Yeah.
like, mythology and all the. I love the mythology.
But
I
it's
wish-
not really a spoken language anymore, is it?
No, nobody
Anymore.
knows. Nobody
No.
knows how it was pronounced.
No.
I mean, I guess
It's in-
the priests.
No, no, no.
The priests still speak Latin.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like,
And the doctors used to, or do
No.
they still?
No.
But
But they still name
They used
stuff,
to,
right? So,
like,
yeah,
if you
they used to
discover-
write like gibberish, which was Latin.
I didn't mean as like a country's official language. I just meant that nobody actually knows how to speak it anymore
Yeah.
as a conversational language.
No, they do, but they just wing it. Like you can speak in Latin, the word still exists, but you don't know if it's correct or not because
Yeah, exactly. That's
How
what
it
I meant.
sounded.
Like,
yeah, because
you can't like know for sure anymore
Because
as a
the-
conversational
yeah,
language.
because the people who spoke it, the Italians,
They're
don't
dead.
use it anymore.
You're dead.
But they do in the Vatican or Pakistan.
Like,
One of the other.
Oh, that.
that's a good one. Ah,
Wait.
shout out to Carmen.
I haven't even listened to that podcast, but,
But
I
you know
that
the
bit.
joke.
I know that bit.
I'm gonna imagine they talked with Italian accent. Semper Fi.
Yeah, but
Semper Fi.
It's the most Camp Marine.
Toma
I've ever had.
Maurice! Listen.
yeah, but it should because Italian came out of Latin, as did German, Spanish, and
No,
French.
German no.
Yeah,
German is a Germanic language.
which also
No, Italian and French is a Romanic language.
yeah, but
from
Latin
the
is Latins gave them grammar and shit.
It's all connected, man.
Yeah.
Because the Germanic people were animals, anyways.
Yeah.
Shamans and barbarians.
We were all animals once.
But actually, barbarians were shamans. They were warrior shamans. But that's a time for. That's maybe a topic for a different time.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Berserkers, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I love berserkers.
They're basically warrior shamans who did shrooms and found their inner animal, and then they threw away all their fucking gear.
So that was the berserkers, right?
Yeah.
They would give the fly-agaric mushrooms to the guys in the village who were like, just not all there. People today would say like special needs, but like back
But they
then,
were
like
strong.
what were you good for? Yeah, that was it. But also, if you
Look, they
messed
were
up,
actually
if you
the-
messed up your mind a little bit,
Yeah.
like they'd be like, well, whatever. But then they would bottle the pee and then drink the pee, which was like filtered the fly-agaric mushrooms. You know the red and the white ones, which will really fuck you
Yeah.
up. And then they get bloodlust.
Exactly.
And then they would go into war and just like think they're invincible, which is like Asterix and Obelix. You remember that like whole cartoon? And he's like they
Oh,
drink
yeah.
the little magic potion.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
You never read Asterix and Obelix?
Nope.
Dude, we're gonna, yeah.
You
that's-
still heard
but
of
go
it.
on.
But
They-
you still heard of it.
They know it.
Yeah, no. It was, anyway, it was about this couple of Gauls who would fight the Latins, the Romans, not the Latins, the Romans, and yeah, they'd drink this little bottle of potion, be superhuman strength like Popeye with the spinach.
Yeah.
But then Obelix fell into it when he was a baby and was like always super strong.
Oh yeah, it was a big. I mean, you've heard of it, no?
Yeah, I've heard the names, but I've never seen it.
There was a
You
comic
remember
strip
the-
when we were kids. We had like newspapers that had comic strips behind
Oh
them.
yeah, and the comics.
They had
so-
Obelisk and
Yeah.
Asterix there as well.
It's like Tintin. Do you ever read Tintin?
Nope.
Snowy, the little ginger kid with the quiff, and then
No.
Snowy like,
I read the encyclopedia.
dude, living the dream. That's why you're so smart. Man. That's why you're so smart.
Fuck yeah!
And Garfield.
Ah, Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays. I hate fucking Mondays.
Love
Anyways, we had a topic.
it. Did we?
We did. I don't remember.
That's the
what it was.
topic.
Mondays.
Mondays. Man, Mondays.
Fuck you, Monday. We love you. You're still a day of the week.
No, the listeners already know what we're gonna talk about because it's
Yeah.
in the title. But yeah,
But
we
we'll-
will continue about Asterix and
It's that
Obelix
time paradox, man. We're just waiting for us to actually get to it.
Yeah.
It's like, what
Yeah,
the hell?
But I also tried to make the segue into education, and you,
I kind of fucked it up. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Not sorry.
not sorry at all, and you shouldn't be. Anyway, education,
Yeah, education. Right?
What kind of education?
like all kinds of education. But okay, the point is, I watched the movie of not movie, fucking YouTube clip from 100 to 0 real quick. Yeah, I watched the movie. Nope, it's a YouTube clip.
Moving picture.
Yeah, moving picture.
With sound.
Yeah, 6 minutes long.
Oh, I'm still waiting when I can see one of those. People always talk about them.
When the train's coming at you,
Oh
don't
my-
worry. It's not going to hit you.
Yeah, that's what people say.
I won't believe it until I see it.
Says the guy who's seen like every YouTube clip. Hey, want to see
Hey.
a new clip on YouTube? Oh yeah, show me. I've never seen that.
Show
How
me.
many lives would you
Every-
have to live to watch every YouTube clip?
One.
We could.
No, there's not
No,
enough.
no,
No, there's like millions of
There's
viewers.
millions. Like every hour they upload like 48 hours or whatever.
So-
it's ridiculous.
No,
every
you-
minute.
no,
they
even
upload.
more.
Yeah.
Or even more. Yeah.
To any one of you listening, do the math. Send these guys your answers.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
they'll do the math, and there will be a giveaway. Oops. Oh shit.
What do you-
I just promised something I have no control over.
What are you gonna give away?
We can give a shirt.
Could literally give
Oh, you
whatever
could,
you like.
you could do a shirt giveaway. Your
Yeah.
first giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
shirt.
So, do the math. They'll do the math.
Send in your answers. You get a shirt, maybe.
Yeah, free
If you
shirt.
get it
So
right.
what's the deal? Like you have to get it right, or whoever gets the closest.
Whoever gets it right, and then
No,
no
whoever
one's gonna
gets
get it
the
right.
same answer that we do.
Oh, what is the chances in that?
Oh no, that's
Closest to what we get.
yeah,
guess you
closest to what you get.
Yeah.
That's whoever gets the closest to what you get. And you guys are going to announce it Valentine's Day 2020.
But the shirts are printed now.
Yeah, so it's a vintage.
You guys have shirts?
Yeah, you didn't see them
Yeah,
on the
we
Did
had
you
weekend.
award it
we
at
had-
the
we had
party?
one. But at least I did.
Dude,
They also did. I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Next
because
weekend's for you.
yeah, my shirt was
Oh,
spoiled.
yeah, I remember your shirt. I didn't know that was for the podcast. Though.
No. My shirt was his shirt, and that wasn't a podcast shirt. It was just a shirt.
So I shouldn't have said
But he had the shirt on.
You had the shirt on.
Yeah.
Nice. You
Wait,
guys make
you
it
have
yourselves?
it. You have it here
Are
actually.
you doing like
in the
a...
back?
Yeah,
I can
if you
show
get it
you.
out, I'll describe it to
Yeah,
the
you can-
listeners.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one was.
I'll do an
Oh,
audio
yeah.
description. So this is what you stand to win. It's obviously very memorable because I've seen it. And
It looks like a T-shirt.
It looks like so. It's got 4 holes. Oh no, this one's got 5.
All the holes are equally sized.
Okay, so it's got a small juice stain at the bottom left. What the fuck is that, man? What happened?
It's his. It's his shirt.
So it says Hunnik Juttu. Oh, this is the name. of the
Hunnik
thing.
Ju Ju.
Hunnik Juttu Sweet Vip.
Yep.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Vape.
It's how I was saying.
And it's like
English
some
as well.
nice typography. They've laid it out nice. The ampersand's kind of a little descriptive thing, but then it's quite like an aggressive, almost like German techno with the.
That's all Mark, man.
Hunnik Juttu.
I was
That's all
inspired. I was inspired by.
And then
Eminem.
there's a little thing
Switching
saying
one of the
parental advisory. It's been started by Eminem.
That's all Mark, man. German porn. Rough German porn.
Is there another
What?
sort?
That's all Mark, man.
There's no other sort of German porn. It's all raw.
No.
And it's very nice. Like in your hands, it's soft. It feels like
Good thing.
like a
It feels like a shirt.
like a 4-ply loo roll, like a nice one.
You know, it's
really
from
well done.
H&M.
H&M. Nice. Are you guys screen?
It's
you guys
from-
screen printing yourselves? What's the
No,
deal?
it's from H&M.
Yeah, like Hannes and Mark.
Oh, you guys. Fuck yes.
Now you need to do a new T-shirt with that on because that's way better. No, this is great, guys. So enter the competition.
Oh yeah, we should do Hannes. Ah, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
How,
So-
are you making them or are you getting them printed?
What?
Because I've always wanted to
They
make,
got them
make
printed at a
T-shirts,
store.
like with
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
printing.
yeah,
No, yeah, there's a store that makes them. Yeah.
Anyways,
So
you know the question. Get the answer right.
Oh, yeah.
You can probably Google it, but
Maybe we will as well, but
Yeah.
maybe we will calculate it somehow.
yeah.
And depends on the source.
Maybe we'll call someone in YouTube and ask them.
It's
Maybe we won't.
presumptions. It's like how
don't
long
know.
is a life, right?
Yeah.
So how many
Submit
lives
your
is
answers. You have 2 weeks, and you'll be entered for a chance to win
Something.
a
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
And
Fuck
maybe,
yeah, man.
yeah.
I mean, that's awesome.
And let's
First
face it,
giveaway.
if you listening right now, write in, you know you're going to be the only one, so you're going to win it. Okay? So just do it.
Yeah, just send.
Yeah,
like,
that's
do it.
that's some motivation for you guys. Like you're the only one.
So 2
You're in it
weeks.
to win it.
just send an empty email with like a number in it.
Yeah,
So 2 weeks from this podcast airing, you will announce the winner.
probably.
Sounds good. I
Yeah,
guess.
whatever.
Yeah.
We should write down the fucking date because we will forget it.
Well,
I'm a guest and I'm controlling
No,
your fucking podcast.
as soon as the emails are
You've
gonna
really
come
taken
in.
over.
Fuck, man.
It's my podcast.
I'm sorry.
No, that's cool.
I'll shut the fuck up now.
No,
I'm going to enter this. I quite like that.
sure.
Well, how do I send you guys the message?
Dude, you right here.
No, we have the email at
at the end of the podcast.
every
It's
description, yeah.
called
Okay.
Hunnik Juttu and Suitsev.
What I said before.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck with that. But you can copy paste it into the
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
have it in
your
the
choice
details.
of client.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Follow the links, man. Just
Yeah. Yeah. You can Google how to copy links.
Do you know what I found the other day?
Porn.
No.
Massive like detour. So for ages, and actually B's always told me this as well, but I've also thought it. You know when you like Control C, Control V,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Command C, Command V if you're a
Yeah.
Mac user, and it's like really annoying because sometimes you're like copying one thing and pasting it, and then copying a second thing
Yeah.
and pasting that.
Yeah.
Windows now has a way that you can copy many things
And
it's
have like a history
I
open
can't
up.
remember what it is. It's the shortcuts like Windows, Control Windows 1, Control Windows 2, Control Windows 3,
Oh,
or
damn,
something like that.
That's really good.
And so you can like copy things back to back. You got to switch it on in the settings, but it's saving me time, man.
That's
I'll
really,
have to sit down with the keyboard to tell you what it is. But
oh, damn, that's really good actually.
it's really good, dude. Like, yeah.
It's like Mac has a new way of doing screenshots now. You can choose
And they would
what
have
to
had
do.
Mac
of
Shift 4. That's been
5.
around for a while. Mac
They
Shift-
had-
that's
yeah.
been around for a while since I had
Yeah,
Macs. And I've not had Macs
They've
for a
had
long
this.
time.
No, and
that
you can record
can,
shit and.
yeah, but they've always had like you can
Yeah.
record.
Command Shift
You
4.
record or screenshot either the whole screen,
Yeah.
a portion of the screen of your choosing,
Yeah.
or just one app window that you
Yeah.
choose. They've always had that.
Really?
Yes.
They made it like a big thing that it's new. I was like, oh, didn't know it.
Maybe it was video.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
for
can-
video now.
Yeah, because you can
Oh.
record it.
No,
now.
but the last version had the video also that you could drag whatever screen you wanted.
I'm a Mac hater. Don't ask me.
Don't hate, man. Don't
Oh
hate.
man, I hate.
You started to love iPhones thanks to this now.
I love that iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, again, listeners, for those of you that can't see what we're looking at here, this iPhone looks like it's the sort of things that someone finds in like the year 3000. Humanity's been wiped out,
Yes.
right?
And there's this
And
fossil.
they're not even sure really what we got up to. And then they find this thing, and it's the only electrical device that still switches on. It's like the screen's cracked, the buttons have fallen off. It's held together with some sort of antimatter, and it's just fucking beautiful.
It's called willpower.
It's held together with dreams and willpower. Yeah.
Unicorn poop and willpower.
Oh man.
That's my phone, man. That's my phone.
They're gonna mine it for resources though.
Sure.
Still head to head with an old Nokia 3310.
Yeah.
Nokia would win.
I don't
Those
know.
3310s, man. They're
Yeah, but you know, I've come to love my phone, so you know.
it's true. It's bringing me back. Just.
Okay, that's it for our tech support of the week. Next topic.
Education.
We were just educating the good people. This is it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Education.
it's always good when you learn things.
Education. Education. Education.
But before we started, actually, you guys told me something interesting, which is that you guys have free university,
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
but only if you study Estonian
Yeah.
stuff,
In
like stuff in
Estonian,
Estonian.
In Estonian. Yeah.
So there's some universities which just do Estonian language, and some which do.
No.
English language, or it's just like-
most universities have
Both.
courses that you can
Take in English.
In English
Yeah,
as well.
for foreign students.
Okay.
And there's-
For instance, the Tallinn University subsidiary, the Baltic Film and Media School,
Mm.
they have the how do you call it? When you specialize in film, or you specialize either in film or you specialize either in media and production, television production, basically.
Cool.
So it's multimedia, of course, or whatever you call it. And in film, you either go for director, producer, sound designer, DOP, so on and so forth. And in media, kind of, because I wasn't there, I was in film, but there you kind of learn to do everything, but it's more to do with TV production.
Mhm.
That's in English.
Mm-hmm.
The film specialization is in Estonian.
So you'd have to pay.
You have to pay for the English one.
Oh. So you pay like almost by the bits of the courses that you're doing. Like it's not like
Yeah, but that's a really
No,
specific thing. Like if you go
Yeah.
to study law, that's for free.
if you study law in Estonian, it's a free.
Yeah.
In Estonian.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But you have to qualify. That's
Yeah,
the main
that's
point.
yeah.
And is that
we-
tough? Like, how good do you have to be to
Well,
qualify?
you kind of have to make the choice. I don't know how it is now, but when we went to high school,
It's different now.
It's different now. I don't even remember how it's different now. But when we used to go to high school, our final exams in high school were an essay, the Estonian language in general.
No, it was one exam. Estonian language in general plus an essay.
plus
That
essay,
was one exam.
And then you had choices.
4 other choices.
4 other choices. You could choose like
Yeah,
whatever.
credits or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, maths,
English,
biology,
history,
English, whatever.
Geography, And
I did
whatever.
art history. I did my German.
But you
one,
got your major, and then they call them whatever.
No, Estonian.
No, no.
Estonian was the only one that was mandatory. The
Yeah.
other all was.
You could choose whatever
But
exam you
chose-
wanted to do.
But you
at the end of high
chose
school.
accordingly to your major what you wanted to study in universities because all the subjects had different.
Because all fields have different prerequisites
Yeah,
for
exactly.
entering. So if you want to go to study biology, you had to do your, I don't know, for instance, biology and maths exam at the end of high school for this amount of points minimum.
And for law, it was Estonian, English, and history.
Okay. I mean, they have that in the UK as well. Like.
Yeah, but now it is they have maths is also mandatory and English I guess is mandatory.
Is it now? Is it
Yeah, I
international
think.
baccalaureate or is it different? Do you guys know the?
No, it's high school.
Yeah, but so at the end of high school, there's something called international baccalaureate, which like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
is more international,
yeah.
and it's the same sort of thing where you got to like got to do English, maths, and a foreign language, and then you can
you
add
have to
other
do that
things
one
to
separately.
Yes, but so the curriculum is just purely Estonian curriculum.
Yeah, but you with the Estonian curriculum you can do it easily.
Yeah, you can just add
You
on.
just still have, when you want to go study abroad,
Yeah,
you still have to do the TOEFL.
yeah, and that's easy when you've been.
If you've done well in Estonia,
Yeah.
you'll do well in that.
Yeah, you will do really.
If you were born in Estonia, TOEFL is fucking easy for you.
Yeah, but
TOEFL.
it is.
TOEFL test, yeah.
If you were
TOEFL.
born and you studied,
TOEFL, yeah, which
TOEFL.
is
You could be born and
devil
just
in
fucking-
German.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
not do well.
But now I think it's there are 3 mandatory exams or 2, I don't know, and then whatever else you choose, and then you have to do entry-level exams into the field you are learning.
Applying for.
Yeah, applying for, and then they have like 3 steps. Like back before we went to high school, they had the old system before. So
That's
yeah,
cool. And do most people go to uni? Like,
yeah,
it's pretty much every
It's gotten
almost like
many people.
it's actually funny. I drove a taxi the other day, and my taxi driver. I usually talk to people. Just when they're talkative, I don't just when they're not talkative. Okay, I'll be silent. You be silent. It's fine. When the taxi driver is talkative, I don't shun them away. I talk to them. It turns out, dude's a doctor, like an old doctor, general surgeon.
fuck.
And it was a pretty long ride, and we got to the point that
inviting you over?
nobody wants to do like.
Do you need that other kidney?
Sorry.
So for him, the problem was that nobody wants to do general surgery anymore, or like general medical stuff. Everyone wants to specialize in one field only, and they want to get there fast, so they don't get the whole picture. They just want to focus on one thing. I'm a neurosurgeon. I'm only nerves. I'm a heart surgeon. But
Is
they
that 'cause
don't.
that's what
But
the
they don't
money's
see
at?
the whole picture. And that kind of got me thinking that like, fuck, I lost my point. Thank you, beer. Yeah, I lost my point.
Why wasn't
Cut that out.
why wasn't he a surgeon anymore? Did he tell you?
He's old, pension.
Ah, okay.
Oh, but he still needs to drive run a taxi.
You can fucking do a
Earning extra, I guess.
FIE. What's it called? You're
You'd think if you were
you're a physical
doctor your whole career,
I get what you. Yeah,
you'd have money if you'd been a doctor. Like,
Yeah,
traditionally
yeah,
doctors
yeah.
are always like,
Not
"Not
in
in Estonia."
Estonia.
I think he just wanted to do something. You know?
Yeah, I guess. Cause they say
Also
a lot
a lot
of people
of-
retire is like one of the biggest killers of men.
Yeah, okay,
because, like,
but
Oh,
when
yeah.
he's in pension right now, that means when Estonia began, he was
Yeah.
old already.
Yeah.
And during the early days of Estonian fucking nation, people didn't earn a lot.
No, the point.
And
how
I
we
think
even
that-
got to that point was I came from work and I was in uniform,
Yeah.
and he used to be a doctor for the
Military.
Soviet Union's army in their war in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
medic.
That's what.
Actually, by rank he was major, so he was a doctor there, not a medic. per se.
That's
So he was pretty high up.
That's cool.
So he got fucked by life.
I was talking to Barbara's dad the other day.
Yeah.
I was being translated courtesy of Barbara. I wish I could speak Estonian sometimes. Anyway, and he was saying some amazing stuff. Like, so obviously you guys had after the Soviet days and the rubles, then if you had money in your bank account, it would be transferred to krona.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have it, you just lost it. Like if you had cash.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about...
And you had to stand in lines to change it.
Yeah.
To change it. And also, I think limited to like 150... Well, it was like there was a limit to the
there
amount
was a
you could
limit
change
to the
in
money
cash.
amount.
But anyway, so he was saying a relative or a friend of his had like an amount of money which was worth 6 cars when the change happened from ruble to thing. Then from krona to euros came, and now he kind of worked back through the exchange rates that had happened, and now those 6 cars value and change, like if you change them, was just enough to fill his like SUV.
Oh wow!
With petrol, like if you just put it in the bank and just like saved it like a good person, didn't invest.
Wow.
So you think even if you were like a successful doctor, like and you retired 20 years ago,
Inflation, man.
yeah, but that's like you hear about inflation now, like and they talk about it on the news and shit. But fuck, that's inflation.
It's
man.
significant.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, if he's now on pension,
If he didn't
Depends
do
on
other things.
when you stopped. Did you find that out? When did
What?
you stop being a surgeon?
No, I didn't. It wasn't that long of a ride.
Okay.
Did he have any daughters, brothers?
Because
I don't
you
know.
gotta say something, making conversation.
How was his sex life like? I don't know.
Did you say the taxi driver was beautiful?
Yeah.
The what?
Was the taxi driver beautiful?
Oh, he was a really nice old man. Yeah.
That's good. Good for him.
No. Doctors usually look good, don't they?
Dude,
Okay.
Most doctors I've seen, they look fit and fresh and like.
I don't know.
I guess they're probably not going to let themselves get too fucked up because they understand the implications, right?
I mean, if
You're
you're a
dealing with
surgeon,
people
you
who
can't
every day,
do
like-
coke every day, can you?
You can. Surgeons
No,
having
they-
brain. So
they
like
have
there's
done that,
famous like brain surgeons and whatever. Who's like, let's say there's like 5 of them in the whole country, and then you have this like brain aneurysm, and this is the guy who fixed you. And there's stories of them being taken out of like they go to the opera, they have a couple of glasses of champagne, whatever, but they're drunk, and they go in and they get like these awesome drips, and that just sobers them the fuck up, and then they do the operations just like boom. Is that important?
You can buy them actually. Not
drips?
the surgeons, the drips. Yeah.
You
know
could
what
buy
it
a
is?
surgeon.
I needed that the other day, man. When we went to the Three Lions Thursday.
That day?
I would have loved to. I was feeling because it's the first time I'd like drunk. Second time I'd drunk.
Yeah,
properly.
and then beer.
Yeah, it just.
Education for your kids: don't drink many beers. You will get a hangover.
Unless you have a surgeon friend who can hook you up. We used to go.
You don't need a surgeon friend for that. You just need medics.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just going to say exactly. We used to hang with these UN guys.
Oh, you mean
and they
the
would have
IV bags, right?
Yeah, like an IV bag. But we
Yeah,
used
you
to hang
can
with
you
these-
can actually drink that shit and you'll feel fresh in the
It's
morning.
just a saline solution, right?
Yeah, it's
A lot of the
basically
time. Salt water.
Yeah, salt water.
But we used to hang with these guys who, with the UN, and they'd have these dehydration packs for like the starving children or whatever, and that's like super. So if you meet like not starving, like dehydrated, like there's no water or whatever, so they give it to these super dehydrated because just water's not enough. So it's all the electrolytes and everything. You drink that before bedtime, you never get a hangover. This shit was seriously good. So thanks UN.
I was wondering where the story of
people.
United Nations, man.
curing hangovers.
So how fast can we start producing this shit?
Yeah, it's already being produced.
Yeah.
No, I mean how fast can we produce it to sell it in stores?
Like tomorrow.
You can anyway. Like you go to,
just
a
go to-
pharmacy
go
and you
to
get an emergency dehydration pack.
Yeah, or go to a
Like-
camping store.
Yeah, like survival kits. Exactly. It's that shit. Or you
Okay.
just get the
How much
dehydration
does it
bottles
cost?
like Lucozade and stuff. I don't know. We always like just took them from the
From the UN.
Oh yeah. Well, you know. Let's
You know, UN.
Education, yay!
education.
When you ever feel dehydrated, check your, I don't know, local UN person to something.
Wait, we got stuck somewhere.
No.
I was actually thinking what you were saying before about doctors. I don't know if this was at all connected to what you guys wanted to say.
Yeah, that's the thing with podcasts. You have a conversation.
Yeah, no, I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
it's
there was a point. There was a point, but I
specialization.
lost
You're
it.
talking about specialization, which I think is fucking fascinating because I am not a specialist. I'm the exact opposite. And like today, I was writing like my bio for this fucking website. I just didn't want to be on it, but they were like, "No, you gotta have a bio, man." So I was like, "Okay, how do I describe what I do?" And like I do so many different digital things. Like I'll edit videos, I'll make animations, I'll code websites, I'll design stuff, I'll film stuff, I'll photograph stuff. If it's
You're
digital,
a Swiss Army knife.
Yes,
of-
yes,
Right.
I think that same as well.
So how do you write that into your bio? Like you say, I'm a Swiss Army knife, or I'm a jack of all trades. But the implication of jack of all trades is that you're a
Is the-
master of none.
Yes,
right?
exactly,
That's always
yeah,
the second
yeah,
half of that
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
But,
I kept googling and started looking into synonyms, and the best word I could find was a generalist. And a generalist is somebody who is an expert in a wide array of things within a certain field. Within a
I love the
certain subject.
word array.
Array. Oh, dude, don't give me that's a coding word as well. And there's multi-dimensional arrays and shit. Anyway, so a wide array of subject matter within a certain field, and the only synonym for generalist was Renaissance man. Which is so
Fuck yeah!
So there's two definitions of Renaissance man.
Really?
Two definitions of Renaissance man. The obvious one is a man from the Renaissance. But the other one is pretty much exactly the same definition. Someone who's an expert in a wide array of things.
Really?
Which I was like, I very nearly typed in
that's-
digital Renaissance man, and I really want to like fucking get that domain and stuff because that's even better than what I originally been saying digital polymath, which is someone who's like an expert in different fields.
Yeah.
But actually, I like the Renaissance man.
Yeah, you should
Of
get
course.
that copyrighted
Yeah,
and
but-
buy
but-
the
but-
website.
Brand
Yeah.
that shit. Digital Renaissance.
Advertisement.
Are you tired of feeling alone? It'll take me a while. Are you tired of feeling alone? Are other people just too much like other people? You need Don't Cry, Just Lie AI. Simply enter what you've been eating and the colour of the last 6 cars you've seen, and the advanced algorithms will turn strangers into friends. Don't worry if you're anxious around others. Don't Cry, Just Lie AI will tell you and your partner what to say, so you'll never be quiet again. AI. Oh, don't cry, just lie, AI. Because losing your mind beats being alone.
I remembered my point.
I feel like this is going to be a theme the whole podcast. It's every 20 minutes. It's back!
Guys, not go anywhere.
No, the thing is, we were talking about how he was kind of dissatisfied with the fact that
This is the doctor in the taxi.
he was kind of thank you.
It's okay.
Dissatisfied with the point that young people want to specialize into a really narrow field without seeing the wider picture.
Nice, I'm glad. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
So the thing was, because he was a general surgeon, he kind of was, he kind of felt that more people should actually spend time in general surgery or general medicine, learn about the whole body, learn about the bigger picture, and then specialize if they want to. That's where we came in for, that's where my thoughts also came from, because I'm a multifaceted, multi-tool person. I mean,
you're a generalist.
I'm a
tractors.
I'm a generalist. Yeah, I mean, back when I did freelance work, I did motion graphics, I did visual effects, I did 3D to some degree, Illustrator, Photoshop, photography. I was first AD sometimes. I was director sometimes. I was producer sometimes. Just all the things, but one field, but just like just many things. I work same thing kind of. I do like at work now where I work. I do the same field. It all serves the same purpose, but I do different things.
I get that, and the university seems to shy away from that. Like you go,
Yeah.
like you were just saying, like you went to film school, and it was like, am I going to be a DOP? Which for the rest of you at home, that's a director of photography. Am I going to be a sound man? Am I going to be a producer? And like when I started working in TV for like one of my first gap year jobs, these guys were all like describing themselves as predators, which was producer, director, editor, and these guys were like doing the whole thing. And this was before like Premiere and shit was on your laptop where you could just do it easily. Like these guys were like mastering Avid, using digibeta cams, doing the whole shit themselves, which was, you know, it was journalism, but maybe there were courses then, but now like tertiary education, so university education, like they're really making you like try and refine who you want to be. And at that age, like you've got no fucking idea what you want to be.
that
Like, some
actually-
people do, but most of us don't. And there's
Yeah,
this
yeah,
pressure
yeah.
to go to university where it's like, just go out and live a little bit. Right?
Yeah, but that actually answers, like, that's my answer to your earlier question. To which we got with a really wide fucking circle is that no,
Unless it's
not
well
not a
edited.
lot of kids. At least from what I know, not a lot of kids go to university here anymore because you don't need it.
This is what's becoming apparent now.
Yes, you need stuff.
You need to-
a
need to be good in
university
something.
for really specific things, like for being a doctor, for example.
Right.
You,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to get it.
Yeah.
Or a lawyer, like there's
Yeah.
specific things you have to learn
exactly.
and repeat.
But like most things, like humanitarian and creative arts, and the visual. We call it beautiful arts. I don't know how you call it.
Visual arts.
Visual.
But I prefer beautiful
No,
arts.
beautiful art. Beautiful
No, it's
arts
just
encompasses film, dance, arts. Just
The
arts.
arts,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the arts, for example, you don't need a fucking degree in it, and employers now are understanding this as well. If you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you have a fucking paper.
They
to
look
prove
at
it
your
or not.
experience and what you can do, and not your diploma.
Yeah,
But that's
and-
why internships are becoming such a big thing, right? People are going to do like a 6-month internship.
Yes,
So the company
yes.
feels
Yeah, because
Yeah, and you have it on
it
your
used to
CV.
be so we really need someone with a lot of experience in the field. Dude, I was in school studying this shit to work for you. Yeah, we get it, you're qualified, but we need someone with an experience. How the fuck should I get the experience if I can't work in the field? If
Totally.
every employer needs a person with
Then you're going to go
experience.
and do that
That's what-
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everybody is frustrated about right now.
Yeah, but it's the
Entry
basics.
level jobs need
It's
this.
the basics of economics, I
Experience.
think,
It-
because
I
when-
get it from a business standpoint.
No, it's the basics of economics, like from a still standpoint. Like the first economic philosopher wrote that whenever there are like changes in economy, whatever kind of like law, people, demand, or what's the other part?
Supply.
Yeah. The economics itself rearranges itself.
Yeah.
And that's
It
the way.
adjusts.
Yeah, it adjusts.
But there's always a delay.
Yeah.
So there's the
But-
arbitrage.
But that's where we are now. Before people wanted to hire people who had loads of experience. Now kids are going for experience, not the education.
So people will be wanting the education because there'll be a lack of that because it's gone too far the
Yeah.
other way.
Exactly.
Totally. I mean, and I think it comes down to individuals as well, man. Like, I wasn't cut out for studying shit. Like, I went to uni, studying engineering. I had a natural aptitude for stuff, so I could like get by partying really hard and doing the exams. But it wasn't for me. But some people can study and theorize and do the academics around it.
Yeah, they're
and
the
really
academics.
push the learning as
Yeah,
far as
they're
they
the
like.
academics.
And I think but this idea that we all have to go, like, there needs to be more vocational stuff. And even, I'd love to have learned more vocational stuff at uni, like just hands-on stuff. Like, they used to have things in the UK called technicons. I think they're called technicons, which is like, it wasn't, instead of going to university, you go to this place and you learn like an artisan trade or a skill.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you might become a carpenter. Well, I don't think you become a carpenter. But anyway, like the technicons, no, you become an apprentice to become a carpenter. But yeah, you just learn more
Woodsmith.
hands-on shit.
Woodsmith.
That's fucking great. Woodsmith. Just hit it with a hammer until it's the right shape. That's not how it works.
But that's also becoming a problem because a lot of kids don't want to go there anymore because it's not prestigious per se.
Yeah.
But we need people who can actually craft stuff.
Well, yeah, we do and we don't, right? Like, you know, 3D printing and CNC routing and this whole world of design where, like, I'm not particularly good with my hands. I want to be better with my hands, but I can design stuff in 3D and make stuff which a craftsman would have real trouble making. But I can
Who's
just
gonna
use
fix
a
your car?
computer. I'm pretty good with fixing cars. Well, I said I'm pretty good with fixing cars before, like, they get all electricery. And then the electricery makes it
Yeah, but
impossible
the
because you've got to
mechanic
fucking
part,
plug in
yeah.
a laptop. No, mechanics. So in the UK now, like, I drive an old 60s Volvo. In the UK, I don't need an MOT for that anymore. MOT, every year, you have to go and take a car in for an exam just to make sure it breaks and it's
Here
going
as
to
well.
not fall apart. But for older cars, older than I think 1972, and it changes every year,
It's
you no
50
longer-
years, I think.
you no longer need it.
No?
I can't remember what the year is.
In Estonia,
probably
it's
something
50
like
years.
50 years. It makes sense. And the main reason they've said, like, people are like, those are the most dangerous cars. And like, there's two arguments. One which is, if you're driving a car like that, it's because you keep it on the road.
Yeah.
And if you ask B about how safe that car is, then maybe you get disagreement. The other argument is that the mechanics just don't have the tools to check it anymore.
No.
Because when you take your car in, they plug it into the laptop, and the laptop says yep or no,
Yep.
and then you drive away or you don't drive away. And like, it's so. you start to lose out on these like old school jobs, these old school roles.
Yeah,
so
but
you get new roles which are going to become
exactly.
more valued. Like so I was reading something in The Economist, which is a great magazine. I love The Economist
Yeah,
because
I've
it's like
read
no
it.
opinions. It's just like kind of facts.
Pure facts.
And you then make your own opinion. Like
Lovely
they give you
language.
enough facts.
Lovely
yeah.
language.
Yeah, it's nice. They're obviously choosing the facts to give you. So
Yeah.
there's a certain element of opinion.
We had a teacher in 11th grade or 12th, can't remember. In every second lesson, we had to read The Economist out loud.
Oh,
And,
nice.
yeah, it was lovely. And afterwards, we had to write essays on the topic, and use the words that we learned from the essay.
That's a good way to learn.
Yeah, and the language is really difficult. Like I think like most of the English speaking people not from England can't read The Economist like properly.
Yeah, it's very
Have to Google it.
precise and
Yeah.
like it uses the precision within it's very important. But that's because
Quintessentially British.
could say that, but then quintessentially British could be down the pub, innit, mate? What is quintessentially
Yeah.
British anymore?
That's
Anywho,
true.
in this one article that I was reading was all about the jobs of the future that are going to be the highest paid. So it's like the top highest paid jobs at the moment are like data scientists, financial guru, whatever. Like they're these big jobs. But it's like, nah, this stuff's going to be replaced in 20 years. These guys, it's all going to be taken over by machine learning and AI. So what are the highest paid jobs? And they're trying to do these predictions. And it was amazing things like nursing, teaching, service industry. Like these are the highest paid jobs because it's the stuff that only humans can do.
Yeah.
You're never going to replace them. Like the mechanics are being replaced, the doctors are being replaced, like the surgeons. Would you trust a guy who may or may not have been at the opera drinking champagne and has now just given himself a drip if you have a robot which fucking is just so much more accurate at doing what needs to be done? Of course you're going to trust the robot. After a while, you get used to the idea of the robots. Like how long does it take?
Not at first, but eventually.
Yeah, eventually. It's like with e-commerce, right? How long did it take you to trust Amazon with our credit cards? Like I didn't use it for ages. I was like, no fucking way they're having my
I
credit
still
card. Really? Really?
Really? Really?
I was just waiting to meet with these archaic people who still like, for that potato, I'll give you a chicken.
Oh, yes, it's really good.
Still bartering
reason.
stuff. Really? You got hit?
What?
No, you said a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
What was the reason?
I don't have a credit card.
Oh, that's pretty
You
good.
have a debit that you can use to buy stuff online, though.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a credit card. I only have debit cards.
Anyway,
But
move
I don't
along.
have that either.
I could fucking go on a whole nother one about that. But yeah, so it'll take a while for people to trust the robots that they can do the brain surgery, but sooner or later they'll see the statistics, which, it's that much more reliable.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what are the jobs that only humans can do? And that's going to change education as well, because why do you need to go and study for 5 years to become someone, which actually it's about experience, like nurses, and being able to sit next to you and say, look, you've got cancer, this is going to suck.
Yeah.
You can never have that from a chatbot. Which like you open little fucking windows on a fucking
have cancer.
Yeah, well-
I am sorry.
or even if it's fucking some
You
beautiful
will die.
It's not out of the question.
Even if it's
I
some
wouldn't be
s-
surprised. People are assholes. People are gonna still do it if they're given the chance. But yeah, I get your point.
the
of course.
cheapies will do
You're
that.
gonna want to have that. Or
Why is it laughing at me?
oh, I'm so sorry. The machine is broken.
Your futile body is beginning to decay. You don't have no update.
Terminating in 9, 8, 7.
Back me up to the cloud, man.
God, that's so fucking morbid.
Singularity moment.
That's the
Oh,
fucking series you're watching. What's it called?
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. It's not a series either. It's individual. I mean, it is a series, but like each
Yeah,
individual.
it's an
each
individual
story.
short films, yeah.
There's so many good ones in that.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Like,
That's one of the
Hannes has only
best
seen 2
windows
and
of-
is not impressed.
which
Three.
two? Which three did you catch?
San Junipero, Bandersnatch.
Playtest.
Oh, Bandersnatch was
And
that
Playtest, yeah.
new weird film, which was that was one of those ones which was disappointing because they clearly got paid to take the brand and show off Netflix's new Bandersnatch
Oh,
technology.
yeah.
So choose your own route. Like, there
Yeah,
was-
but they did it good.
yeah, they did it good, but Black Mirror was the narratives and the twists were always really amazing, and Bandersnatch was like, look, there's this cool modern technology, and they kind of wove a bit of a twist in, but it was.
It
like,
was the meta side of Black Mirror, which they fucking love.
yeah, like
It
there's
was
some,
pure meta.
I mean, there's which were the other two you saw?
playtest.
San Junipero and playtest.
Yeah, I clearly don't know what that means. What will happen?
Sorry.
Okay, so
the
what-
one with Kurt Russell's son, where he goes to test a video game with the thing in
one
his
with the
head.
haunted
Oh,
house.
yeah.
that was
okay.
cool.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was a good one because
yeah.
Then
There's
the other
definitely
one
some
with the
production
lesbian
there.
lovers.
And the other one, the lesbian lovers.
The one where they were in the cloud, which was the 80s.
When you get old, you can upload your brain
Oh, yeah,
into
that was
the
quite sweet
San
as well.
Junipero. That was sweet.
But they weren't the best ones. Definitely not.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's a few. There's some which are just way closer to home. There's some which are like happening today.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the first ones in the first season was the guy from. Do you remember Rock and Roller?
Yeah, of course.
And there was
Love
like
it.
a young guy who was like, "Let me take your name," and then stabs a guy in the face with.
Ah, I love that.
So that guy, when he was in this one, and he basically there's this thing they call the seed, and they put it behind your ear, and it records everything your optic nerves see.
Yeah.
And then everything your whole day, you can go back and you can watch it back.
Mhm.
Like people are basically doing with Instagram now, right? Where they're just like posting everything they do. But this was like just so it's not that far away from what we've already got. It was just
if
a
you
little
wanted,
bit more.
I think if you wanted, you could probably get it today.
Well, what was the Google?
Yeah,
Glasses?
yeah.
That's effectively what that was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, you can buy it.
But the idea was that it was so prevalent. Everybody had it. Everybody had this little thing behind their ear. So it was the impact on how that changes life, which is so close to what we're doing today. When like every situation is out there. Like you can't have a night out without being photographed having a night out.
We didn't have a
Sometimes-
photograph.
But you don't know if
I
somebody
bet
else.
someone took a
No,
photo
wait.
somewhere.
You said the guy was taking picture of you and drawing you.
No, that was us. That was us.
Oh, that was you
Yeah.
guys. Okay, yeah.
What happened
So
to
then,
that drawing?
I don't know.
I think I've got it somewhere.
I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Drawing what?
I hadn't even thought about it. So yeah, well, drawings, paintings.
So when you left, when we were in the Three Lions, we kind of just
Oh,
sat
that-
around and chat and
I thought
Different night.
Different night.
yeah, there was this dude that photographed us, and we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I just want to compare these. I just sketched you on this paper with a fucking pencil. It was a good sketch, though. I don't know.
We were drunk enough to think it was good.
I don't know. I was drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looked like people's.
I think Carl is just used to my art, so that he thought that was good.
Dude,
burn yourself.
this shit on your wall is beautiful, man.
burn yourself.
Yeah.
Before someone else does.
Apply coldest water.
Yeah. Anyway, back to education.
Yeah. But this is
educate
my point
yourselves.
to swing it back a little bit before we went down the Black Mirror
Yeah.
rabbit hole was if the skills that humanity will treasure most soon start to become just being human, like how does that change education? Like if you go and learn how science and shit works when we're not even working with science much anymore, most of us, the majority of us won't be in these roles.
Right now
Like-
we aren't.
Well, that's what we were training for. Like more and more people are doing arts, but like that's what universities used to be about. Was like training very specific rules and that based.
Not
stuff.
used to. They changed into it. Like we talked about it when we had the human evolution thing. It's the same thing. Like at the beginning, we had like the four major bits or something, like philosophy, medicine, arts, and something else like language, or I can't remember, whatever. And I think it will go back to it because that's the humanity part. It's like philosophy, that's how you should live, you should think, how to train yourself, medicine, how to take care of yourself, arts, what we live for, and whatever language, how to enunciate
Or
how
if
to
we go
have
sci-fi,
expression.
then there's just gonna be a computer that just you put everything in, and then it tells you this is probably what you're good at. Go learn this.
Yeah, but I don't think it will work that way. Humans don't operate that way, I think, because there's this.
Well, you don't know if the AI is gonna develop into such a good, reliable way that it's gonna be able to generate actually good like responses to this.
Yeah, but computers won't be able to do philosophy. Like,
I mean, they'll have their own philosophy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like they have to do the whole, like we talked about last time,
yeah.
the Descartes, where it's like, I think therefore I am.
Yeah.
A computer has to be self-aware and have its own weird philosophical stuff. Then maybe there'll be the singularity event, right?
Yeah.
Which is what people talk about. But that's
good
their
for them.
issue.
Good
That's
for them.
their- yeah.
Good for them.
Enjoy that, guys.
Yeah, but that won't be our philosophy.
No, and we'll always have trying to find our own meaning of life.
Yeah,
Totally.
and they can't just install it.
But the sciences, because university at the moment you do like a Bachelor of Science or you do a Bachelor of Arts, right?
Yeah.
But the sciences will more and more be less important, and the arts, which are traditionally are the least paid at the moment, will be more and more paid, right? And that's when it becomes more interesting. It's like if you can create art, I mean, okay, AI arguably will start creating art as well. Like they say, an AI system will make a New York top whatever they call it, the top 10 bestsellers. Well, one of them will be an AI novel within 10 years. Like the AI novel, like they're replicating the way the story arcs and all that shit, which is a crazy concept. I don't know how you can.
But the bestseller won't be the thing that will push the limits of the art. A human being will be the AI will be able to replicate it and do it the best way, but they won't be able to push the.
Yeah, but the AI can already create art.
Or
of course they can.
Evolve
and they create music as well.
Yeah, but it's quite shit. That's the thing.
It's good.
It does create.
No.
Wait,
it's
have
not
you seen
original.
it?
Yeah.
No, have you seen it? It's really good actually.
Yeah, but it isn't original.
It's better than.
Nothing's original. Oh, everything's a remix.
No, yeah, that's how the computer learns. It's given references and then it draws.
But computers are now
makes
writing
music.
codes which the people who coded the computers don't understand what they're coding. So like these neural networks that people create, which is the idea they're trying to replicate the way the brain works. They give it a set of inputs and outputs. Like they give it inputs, it creates outputs, but they're not sure of the journey which is being taken, and those journeys become ever more complex and build upon themselves, and they just keep trying to push the limits of what's going on here. So there is creativity within that. It's just a very different form of creativity.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit. But it's nice to think that humans might actually just be better at doing human things again, and I don't know what that means for. I mean, in our generation, I think we'll be in that awkward change phase.
Yeah.
There's a good video that actually talks about all these jobs and how computers will take over, or robots or whatever. And it actually, I was interested, I'm doing kind of arts or whatever. That's probably safe, right? And then it gets to the arts. Yeah, you're gonna lose that as well. Every single job I tried to imagine that could be safe, they just bring it up and just nope, this is gonna be gone, this is gonna be gone, this is gonna be gone.
You can't.
But it wasn't
lose your job.
But it wasn't
You can't lose your job. You can't lose your job. Me, probably.
Wait, what? We can all lose our jobs.
Yeah. No.
Just stop going.
Being to robots. To robots.
Goddamn robots.
No, it's good.
I think we must all bring elements of humanity to our jobs. Otherwise, I don't think any of us would do them, right?
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna give way for new jobs. There's gonna be just different. It's just gonna change.
It's just gonna change.
We will find a way.
But education has been kind of persistent. It hasn't really changed much.
It has.
Not that much.
In 300 and 400 years.
Okay, in the last 100 compared to the last 10, how much change has happened? The last 100, 10% of change, and the last 10, 90% of change.
I agree. I agree.
There's this great website called Singularity University, or Singularity Hub, which does a lot of the articles which come from Singularity University, which isn't even become a member of. And it was really, and their ethos behind what they're doing is trying to teach people how to live in a world where industries are growing exponentially. So it's any industry which is reliant on technology will grow exponentially because technology is growing exponentially, right? Like Moore's law.
Yeah.
And so it's how do you predict the future in a world which is exponential? It's really hard because we're so used to predicting things linearly. Cars have been getting linearly faster for the last 100 years. Mm-hmm. But if you look at your mobile phone, you didn't have one when we were born, and now look at all the shit it can do. And for a lot of people, it's it still makes phone calls, and now I can get pictures and stuff online as well. But the complexities within that are exponential, and it's a weird way to look at things. How do you look at things when things exponentially change? It's bizarre. I don't know the answers to any of this shit, but I read that sometimes, and then it blows my mind, and then I go to work and go, oh.
You just kind of have to try to adapt, I guess.
Yeah, adapt your thinking to a world which is going to change that rapidly. Because if you think about what's changed in the last 10 years, and
it's crazy.
And you think that change is going to exponentially change in the next 10 years. So all the things we've seen happen in the last 10 years, if you do an exponential 10, it'll be 10 times more will change over the next 10 years. But actually, 100 times more will change in the next 10 years. And some things, it's whoa, how do you think about planning ahead for that?
Have you seen movies or TV shows from the 90s lately?
Yeah, I fucking love, especially when I'm hungover.
Yeah.
We watched the Sandra Bullock film The Net the other day. Still really up to date, by the way.
Yeah.
Her hacking and shit, she's still fucking the bomb, this chick.
There are bits where you're if they got another mobile phone right now, or FaceTimed or mailed or whatever, end of the movie, end of the series, done, deal, no problem.
But that only applies to the shit films.
No, like
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
the good
the
films
shit
are
ones,
always
yeah.
timeless. Like the good films.
no, the movie still works. Yeah, of course. Like I don't.
No, but I mean like the good. Like you can update any of the classic films, and then you can give them all the latest technology, but it still have the same problems, the same story arcs, the same.
Okay,
character
The
depth.
Rock.
If it doesn't,
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't rely too much on technology.
Losers always whine that the best winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Why is that Bane? That wasn't Sean Connery at all. That was definitely Bane.
Because Bane is a high-pitched Sean Connery. Bane is just Tom Hardy doing a Sean Connery
Okay.
In a mask.
impression.
Now wait, are you saying
Batman! I am Gotham's reckoning!
damn, you ruined James Bond for me forever.
Really adopted to the darkness. I was born in it, molded by it.
Why is he squeezed by his nuts?
Fuck you, Batman!
Oh yeah, that's the famous quote that the Bane says.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Fuck
Batman.
you, Batman.
That's what he
So,
thinks.
are we saying that The Rock is a good film?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so The Rock's a good
No,
film.
it's a cheesy 90s action movie.
Cheesy 90s action film.
No, it's a good action
No, it's
movie.
pretty cheesy.
What's a good action movie from the 90s?
Matrix.
Die Hard. Die Hard with the Vengeance and yes, the Matrix.
Matrix.
Matrix. No, I said it like that.
The Matrix.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that actually holds up,
That was
but it's
good.
really reliant on technology, so that's not a good
1 until
example.
3 were.
No, but it would hold up today. Like Spies.
No, it's
all
good. It's still good. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
With
Mission
today's
Impossible is a
technologies-
good example.
that. Okay, hit it.
Yeah,
today's
okay.
technology.
gadgets and shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now take the gadgets from the latest Tom Cruise movie and give Tom Cruise.
They're still just wearing masks. That's all they do. The whole every film.
Oh yeah,
they
that's
wear
the thing that
masks.
they just
They
persisted
yeah,
to keep.
Oh look, I can pretend to be you. That's all they
Yeah.
do.
Or you could go back to Mission Impossible 1 and imagine that Tom Cruise was a Scientologist back then.
It totally changes
I thought he
it.
was.
Back then?
I thought he was always
Was-
been a Scientologist.
No.
He was born one?
Born one. Born in Scientology.
Don't know.
But
Fuck
Okay,
that. Fuck
my
that.
example is shit. Let's move on. Whatever.
No, it's
education. So
Yeah.
It's not
we're
shit.
gonna arc this back round.
Yeah. But do we though?
Do we? Maybe it was the wrong topic. Maybe we've never really meant this topic. No, it's a good topic. Education is important. It's nice to learn.
We were talking about exponential things.
That shit blows my mind.
Yes.
I just still haven't been able to comprehend.
Well,
It's
Moore's,
just so hard to think what the world's going to be like in 10 years.
Yeah,
I mean-
already. Like,
so
Moore's
hard.
law is broken already.
Yeah.
Because now
Yeah.
the transistors are like microscopic.
But it's only
They're
been
mo-
broken in the
they're-
last year.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
broken.
but the transistors are so small. They're like basically molecules now.
But the fact,
Fucking
and the
hell.
thing is, like, that's coming down to processing speed, right? And that's coming down to hardware stuff. But really, our limitations aren't hardware based anymore; they're software based. So Moore's law may have fallen down, which was always describing hardware, but the technological advances are still coming from now more of a software position because we've got all the processing power.
I don't
we
think
need.
it's a software problem. I think it's a human problem then, because it's a
Arguably it's the
usage.
same.
Yeah.
It's just humans creating the software.
No, not who's creating them, but who's using it.
Also, okay, also true.
I mean, you can't create the software to be as quick or I don't know as optimal as the people who are using it aren't that optimal.
Oh, that's
No.
true. The end user just can't react and think that fast.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
but-
true as well. Yeah.
But what if it's not for people? What if it's something else?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then it's for
Oh, then
AIs.
it's just coding optimization.
And that's what I mean by the software.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even if you're saying people aren't fast enough to do stuff, but that's because it's the software's not presenting it in the right way. Like you're saying you're not fast enough to check your emails fast enough. Well, it's because the right software isn't filtering.
No,
it
but
properly
That's
for
just good design.
No, but you have to read it.
There's interface and then there's experience. So design can be
UX
the
and UI.
yeah.
Advertisement.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big choice. Going to school, you're gonna be a slave someday. Got debt in your bank, life sacrifice. Kids running all over the place, singing we will flunk you. Apply now for Woodsmith courses, only 99.99 ruble. Freddy. Please don't judge. Sorry, Freddy.
Okay, so I was drunk on a train the other day.
Yeah.
As you do.
That's a good way to start a story. So I
Whenever
was
I
drunk on a train.
Whenever I leave London, like after a hard day's work, and I go back to Bournemouth, which is like 2 hours train right away, I get some beers on the train and just try and unwind from the city shit. And there was a guy sat next to me who was coding. And so I was just like, just casually like...
Did you ask him what novel are you
just,
writing?
Like casually
And he
looking
said,
at what he's
beep,
coding.
boop, beep, boop.
Yeah, that's it. He was a machine. No.
Sorry.
And he was just like typing it in and he was coding. And I'm always impressed with people who can code on trains because they're coding without... Like they've got their own little environment going on. They've not got the internet to look up stuff. These guys, the purists can code without the internet. Like that, the pretenders, the amateurs, they kind of reference stuff and copy and paste a lot of shit. Whereas this guy was just writing pure algorithms from his mind, just putting them down, not checking anything. That's always impressive. Anyway, I recognised he was writing Python, which I was just getting into writing myself, which is like one of the languages. I was like, hey dude, is that Python? Like, trying to be all like, hey,
I personally prefer Anaconda. But whatever you float your boat, boy.
Lower the tone.
I'm sorry.
Just lowering the tone. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just kind of teaching myself. I'm like, oh, that's badass. Well, what do you do? What do you code? Like, I do a bit of coding myself, which is why I asked, sorry to pry. And he was like, well, I'm actually a neuroscientist. I've kind of been in biology and neuroscience for a long time, but I'm moving into AI now, and we're trying to develop our own AI system, and I'm trying to understand coding more so I can help help the guys in the team who are better coding understand the neural networks. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing.
To give them references.
That's insane.
Like, that's really amazing. And then we really started talking. He wasn't drinking, but I was. So I was just like bombarding him with questions. But he seems to be enjoying it. And well, to my eyes, and that's all that matters. But anyway, what the reason I bring it back to the whole emailing thing, I was like, so what's the use cases? How do you make money if you're not like just reliance on grants and reliance on people's hope for the future? He was like, well, we found this use case recently where if we can build enough trust for people to allow our platform to read their emails, we can automate a lot of the daily tasks. For example, it notices that you've been emailing a couple of times and just creates a call or creates a meeting and predicts from your behavioural patterns what you would like to do based on certain email activity. And so instead of you having to waste hours a week, weeks a year just trying to create meetings, it just knows that you're going to need a meeting sooner or later and just works out, syncs your diaries and says, Hannes, Oli, you probably should just meet up and have lunch.
That's lovely.
And then you get a little pop-up and you said, do you want to meet Hannes for lunch? And you're like, yeah. And Hannes is like, yeah.
Okay,
and
computer.
then this is like they're just mucking around. I mean, that solves sex. That solves.
No, but
I mean, so many things.
Joe Rogan
all
talked
just
about it
AI.
in his podcast.
But it's also so
Is there anything he
human.
hasn't talked about?
No, I mean, there's
Oh
an
god,
app
I
for
love
it.
this. It brings in the human aspect as well. Like, oh shit, I haven't actually seen him for a long time.
But it predicts.
Fuck, man.
It predicts it, which is dangerous. But what does Joe Rogan say? Because I mean, let's face it.
no,
king
Joe-
of podcasters.
Joe Rogan
Hey
had.
Joe, if you're listening, give us a name drop, bro.
Bruh.
Bruh. Anyway, there's an app for it right now, but it isn't quite as sophisticated. It reads your emails, like everything,
Okay.
and then like organizes your calendar. Basically, your secretary.
Right. Well, this is it. So this is
Yeah.
so we're saying the soft. That's what I'm saying. Software, not hardware, is the issue, right? Because when people create the software, it's not about the humans not being able to use emails fast enough. It's about emails being. I mean, emails haven't effectively changed since the 90s.
Like
I know we're
emails.
using other things now, like we're using
Same,
Slack or whatever.
What do we
Yeah,
have?
whatever,
Oh,
but
we
it's
have
emails.
We have
It's
attachments.
basically emails.
Yes.
We have attachments.
Yeah, that's the upgrade we've had since they've been invented. Like,
But yeah, that's interesting shit. But then my worry on that, there is a worry, which is if you get your phone out now, or even Gmail started doing it, predictive texting. And
Yeah.
if you just, there's a great game to do with yourself.
Yeah, I've done it.
Where you
Yeah.
just keep pressing the middle
Yeah.
button and see what it
Right.
what it writes, right? And over time, if we rely more and more on AI to predict our behaviors,
It will rearrange our.
we all start meeting into these patterns, which
Yeah.
is a shared psyche of humanity, which
But
is
that's what we're
not
doing
a
right
good
now.
thing. That is, we're moving into it, but we're right at the beginning of this exponential leap, and what's going to fucking happen there? It's controlling us, and some of us are cottoning onto it. Like there seems to be a rebellion against social media at the moment. Like people are like just trying to withdraw from it, and there are withdrawal symptoms. There are places where people have become addicted to the endorphins of the likes and the plus ones and all the fucking
Dopamine.
yeah. It is a straight up dopamine kick. Is dopamine an endorphin? Yeah, it's one of the endorphins. Yeah. Science.
Yeah, but it's gone to a point where people are like, is there any more like separate culture anymore, or we're in a culture of the globe? Like, is every culture now beginning to meld into one big culture because of social media, the internet, mating, TV, whatever? Like, because now we're connected, we're communicating within ourselves, and how does a culture begin? By people who are communicating with themselves. So now because everybody is communicating with ourselves, it's like we're forming a new culture.
A singular culture.
A singular culture, exactly.
So we're having our own singularity.
Yeah. Human.
We're gonna become,
Do you guys,
we're gonna
can you
become
guys
a hive
describe
mind.
the singularity? You know when people talk about singularity?
Yeah, but
should we give it a go?
I should.
So for me, singularity is kind of the result of. I shouldn't have started. I wasn't ready. It's
Just
like singularity
go
is
for
the
it.
result of when entropy reaches its kind of final destination in a certain system, right? So I just made it more complicated.
Yeah.
Second law of thermodynamics, right? Entropy will always take over. So chaos, the idea that chaos enthuses. But if you've got systems like software, the idea of the singularity is software will become artificially intelligent and general artificial intelligence. And then the possibility of singularity is that all these artificial intelligences start to evolve so quickly, which they can potentially do, that they rapidly, and there's a singular solution where, almost like gravity, where everything combines and ends in the same state. Doesn't really matter on the journey it took, because if you're a ball and you're thrown in a room, sooner or later you're going to get to the kind of bottom of that room because of gravity, assuming you have a flat floor. Like, let's say there's a corner and everything kind of rolls down to that place. And you might go bing bong bang 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 and the other one might just roll down the thing. But that singularity is that kind of point where all these AI systems will just teach each other, do weird shit, but all end up, boom, in this singularity, single thing. And the idea that we could do as humanity is a fucking scary proposition. Like, we just lose more and more culture and more self-identity and all that kind of
individuality
stuff.
and
That's a question. What is the purpose of humanity? Is it to become singularity, or is it to become more different? Or
that's the philosophy bit again, right? Like, and nobody knows the answer to that. And I'd like to think we do have a purpose, but realistically, do we? We're just random fucking objects in the universe.
Yeah.
Singularity, yeah.
You're just a grain of sand in a butt crack of the universe, man.
Yeah. In a simulated butt
Why
crack.
in a butt crack? Why not a tit crack?
No, now you're just assuming the universe's gender.
Dude,
Why?
I'm a guy, I've got tits.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Your man boobs are sexy.
They are sexy.
I was assuming.
You were assuming.
No. But I was.
But there's that whole gender thing, right? There's that singularity thought that everyone has to, there's no room for phobias. Like, you can't be homophobic. Yeah, everyone's like, no, yeah, dude, you can't be homophobic. But then you can't be like transphobic. People are like, yeah, no, you can't be scared of the fact that the dude's got a dick and the tits at the same time. It's cool. Like, and there's a singularity thought that the internet's pervading. Like, anytime you say it, speak out, the internet just fucking shuts you down. And whether you're in your own little bubbles, for sure. But like, there seems to be, like, when you see the way people post stuff, they're all trying to toe the same line, and if everyone steps out, they get like weird. This idea of freedom of thought and freedom of speech is kind of there, but kind of isn't. Like, it's a weird balance, and it's almost gone too far. Like, I love the idea that people can be themselves, and don't get me wrong, but people can also, isn't it being yourself by being scared of things? Maybe you're just scared because you haven't learned something, and that's fine.
What's the dude's name?
I guess
Jordan Peterson?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson or Peterson?
Peterson, yeah.
Just
I don't know anything about him. Tell me about him.
The internet shutting down things. So he's a university teacher of psychology, basically.
In Canada.
Yeah, but what he...
Social psychologist.
Yeah, but like one of the points he made, like kind of really hit home for me, was that he was talking to a feminist about freedom of speech and hate speech, and he was kind of attacked that he what he thinks and what he says is hateful, and it's hate speech and it's bad, and that he's kind of oppressing people and taking away their freedom of speech, but
he's oppressing them through hate.
Yeah.
No, he's oppressing them by not acknowledging their
freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But the thing
because they are overstepping his right of speech.
Okay.
So
the
thing is, her question and her arguments made him feel uncomfortable. Obviously, right? And that's what he kind of said. Like,
so
you're talking to me about things that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You're exercising your freedom of speech, and that's fine.
But you're shutting my individuality down by not letting me think these things as well.
So it's a two-way street.
So the example there was that the Canadian government
where it started from,
they tried to make a law that a human can decide in whatever minute, hour or day their gender or sexuality.
And also it was like 98 different
sexualities,
like names for the different sexualities.
And it was punishable by law if you didn't get them right. But it was the problem there.
If you didn't know all 98?
No, if you didn't know what the person identified as. So,
but they can change their mind and not tell you.
Exactly. So you could wake up one morning to be, I'm a woman, and by lunch you're a pansexual,
you're a
gender,
afternoon tea,
liquid, you're whatever,
female,
and by midnight you're a man.
I love the fact that they said that. No. But it's not punishable by jail time. And then he said, "What if I don't pay the fine?"
So look, I don't have an issue. If people want to change. Exactly. People want to be gender fluid. That's fine. That's their own choice. But the idea that you have to. He was to that level, that extreme.
The Canadian government wanted to be good. The Canadian government wanted to be
forward-thinking,
acceptable,
but they didn't think it through, and they tried to make it a legislation before.
They rushed it.
They didn't even fucking read the bill.
And he was pointing it out that guys, that's a great idea, but you're fucking rushing it, and he was called out by it. And people thought that he was whatever phobic because he was calling them out for it, and that was the hate speech.
Yeah,
and that's the ridiculousness of.
But we're going to see more and more of this, man. Before it's better, because it's, and I say better, like I don't know if better is the right word. Like, okay, to bring it back to a really simple analogy, one of my favorite moments in a Black Mirror episode. What was my favorite episode? Spoiler alert.
Oh, come on, spoil it for me. I'm never gonna watch it anyway, so.
There was an episode.
Why though?
You should check this one out.
He's gonna forget about it. He's gonna forget about it.
Yeah, you should get like a little soundbite for spoilers.
Yes,
exactly. Whenever I come on the show.
No, so it always spoil things.
And so basically it's every interaction you have with other people, you rate the other person's interaction. So much like the Uber times.
I wanted to talk about
it's
it.
already.
Well, I started talking about it, so me first. And so basically, like the Uber thing, which is happening now, you get rated as a traveller, and
I've heard about it.
Taxi.
Go on.
You've heard about the episode as well.
Yeah,
it's a thing
no.
in
I've
China.
heard about the idea in the episode.
The idea, okay. So the idea, takes it to the extreme where everything is rated, and obviously the people who
can't get loans.
Fabulous people, exactly,
Yeah.
and it starts to affect the way you live. And so everybody's really worried and trying to I will give you 5 stars in the hope that you give me 5 stars back. But let's face it, you're fabulous, and I got man boobs, so you're just like 4 stars, dude. And I'm like, no, why are you so fabulous? And you just hang out, and all the fabulous people do better because everybody wants to be fabulous. Anyway, these two characters, this one character in particular, just kind of falls off the cliff and just has a bad time, and it just gets worse. And it's one of these classic vortexes which gets worse and worse and worse. And she ends up in jail for basically having a bad profile. Because she's got a low score, so she's got to go time out. And she's in jail with this other guy, and suddenly, and this is the end, so massive spoiler, guys, skip 20 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear the end of this. But she sits there, and basically, there's no more of this profiling stuff, there's no more thing, they're just humans again. And they immediately just start swearing at each other, and they're like, "Fuck you!" Or fuck you, and loving it, and being like, "You're a fucking stupid man boob dude, and you just dress too well. Fuck you, bro. I hate your smile." And like, that's humanity.
Yes.
And there was this moment which was like, that's also so important to our psyche, to our growth.
Yes.
If people aren't telling you you're fucking stupid, you're never gonna get fucking better. And maybe people are wrong when they tell you you're stupid, and maybe it's mean, and maybe it's sad, but fuck, it makes us cool.
What's the English word? Introspective?
Introspect is when you look into yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It helps with introspection. Yeah.
So 2 things just happened. One, I just wanted to say it's a thing in China already.
Yeah, in
The rating
China.
thing.
Yeah, I wanted to say
Yeah,
in
the
China
social-
they're already
It's actually a
implemented
thing.
it. Yeah.
Not to that level.
Eh,
though.
No, the government
yeah.
actually wants to implement like social repercussions for you
Yeah.
having a
Social
low-
score,
low
like,
rate.
yeah.
The social score exists, absolutely. But it's, anyway,
2, from the moment you said skip 20 seconds ahead, I started reading seconds, and you got to your point at this 20-second mark, and at the 20-second mark you said, that's humanity, man.
Bro. Like,
Fucking perfect.
Oh,
Fucking perfect.
Nailed it.
Yeah, even the Norse gods.
Yeah.
I mean, Odin even traveled a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he traveled into spirit worlds, though. That was shamanic shit that he did.
But he also traveled into villages
Yes, he did.
and impregnate people.
Yeah, in different forms.
Just
that
like
he-
Zeus.
That he took. It's all
Exactly.
connected.
It's always
That's why I say that's why they all love travelers.
Odin was funny, though, because shamanism...
Funny bit by Odin.
No, but the thing is, Odin was really into basically what was called shamanism there, which was considered a female profession and was really frowned upon if you're a dude doing it. But that was the god of gods doing it. How the fuck do you respond? Because he was also the patron god of the berserkers,
Okay.
who were basically, the special forces.
Special forces. Special forces today were like, oh, they're gonna go to battle. Just give them some LSD. Send them in.
It's what they want. Don't ask questions. Just move along. Don't make eye contact.
Why are they fighting that tree?
It's a bad. They actually did an experiment in the 60s with
It's
the
on
US
YouTube.
troops. Yeah, they gave them LSD.
And with British troops, it's on YouTube, and they're all out there, and it's.
They were just incapacitated. Man, just nothing happening. Just
You catch
chilling
that thing,
out.
The men who stare at goats.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
book,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it became a
That's some
film.
psyop thing, it's like psychological
Yeah, it is,
operation.
but it all was rooted in the same.
Yeah, the mind experiments.
What was the name of the CIA? Oh God, what was the name of that?
CIA test. MK Ultra.
Yeah,
MK Ultra, yeah.
Yeah, that's
the one.
It's been declassified, by the way.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say as well. There's like a documentary about it. It's pretty dark actually, because there were people that didn't know what they were signing up for, and their lives were ruined.
Yeah,
It's fucked up shit.
it's fucked up shit.
But
But
they
yeah.
gave cocaine to soldiers also during the World Wars.
And
Coca-Cola, man.
amphetamines, like all
Coca-Cola.
sorts of amphetamines.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Keep going.
And now, to help with education, they give them Ritalin, they give them Adderall, and it's all just the same amphetamines repackaged for just like, it's
Just-
crazy.
I just read an article which said that Adderall is like 1-to-1 with cocaine.
Yeah, it's an amphetamine.
Yeah,
Straight up
yeah.
amphetamine. Like
That's why
it's
people are addicted to it as well, bro.
massively. And it's weird, man. Like, why do people also feel like people are taking it like in work and all kind of sorts
Yeah,
of stuff?
yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
why do people feel the urge to like? Why is success so important that people are willing to risk like everything else to like
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
hit like that productivity
Because
goal?
They don't
The
have
physical and
anything else.
mental health.
They don't have anything else. It's like success. They don't have like hobbies or things that they like. It's like, yeah, I want to have success. I want to have these things. These are the only things. They don't want to be like
is
the
never
greatest.
enough, man.
They're they don't want to be the greatest painter. They don't want to be I don't know, the greatest DJ or anything. They want to be just rich.
Adderall might make you the greatest DJ.
Yeah.
Or the greatest painter.
Yeah, if you're channeling into it, but they don't.
You can never feed greed enough, you know.
Yeah, but no, I just think drugs should be kept purely recreational. The moment a drug becomes a necessity, it's not cool.
That's true.
Like, do it for fun.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we don't have that insane problem. At least I think in Europe, like in the States, where it's just
They're giving
like
it
an
to kids.
epidemic.
Yeah,
It's
the Ritalin and
just
the Adderall epidemic is huge.
for everything. Just take
Opiates
drugs.
and
Yeah.
Well, we have this kind of
Opioids, that's separate.
antibiotic epidemic, don't we? Though.
That's
Like
a
for
small-
everything,
in general,
they give you
I mean-
antibiotics. Fuck you! It's gonna kill the human race.
So like bees, they put loads and loads of antibacterial stuff in bees' honey. So like the bees, because like bees getting wiped out, but it's totally like illegal. But it's hard to detect. And so like you were getting all this imported honey coming from like China and whatever, and it was full of this shit. And just really bad people. Everyone was like chatting us down.
Honey from China.
You probably do. Like when you go to the supermarket and you buy your messy,
No.
and it's the cheap messy.
I never buy honey from the supermarket.
Yeah, okay, you get good messy.
Most people actually do.
It's the one word I know. Can we stick with messy?
Some from farm.
I just love that it's called messy because it's like, it is messy.
Yeah.
I would love to keep bees one day.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Honey is the only food that doesn't spoil ever. Because it's basically bee vomit, you know? They eat the nectar, they process it in their gut, and then they vomit it out, and that's honey. The thing is, it's basically, it's just sugar. So the water content there is so low that there isn't enough water for bacteria to grow. So it doesn't go bad.
Just chills.
Yeah.
It's just honey.
That's why it's called liquid gold.
Yeah. It never goes
It
bad.
never spoils.
My grandma used to keep bees for a long time. She was like an absolute legend at it. And every now and then she would ask me to go and like, she had like, this bee garden like at the top of her garden, and I'd have to go and cut the grass, which always freaked me out. She'd like put me in the bee suit and I had like a strimmer. I was like, it's just a big bee, guys.
Yeah, chillax.
But she'd like smoke them with like, just
yeah.
to keep them all in the thing, and then they would all just like stay in the hive, and then when they came out all swarmed. Like, but it's such a lovely thing to do. To like, bees are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, she taught me so much about it. Like, not enough to be able to keep bees, but like, just, you know, when you're a young thing, like, grandparents love to show you shit. And she'd be like, yeah, the queen's in there, and then they have the blue jellies when the queen dies. Like, they have the royal jelly, sorry, not the blue jelly. And then the queen, like, the next person who eats the special, like, jelly becomes the next queen for, like, the colony. And then you can get like multiple queens. And
Really?
They swarm. Yeah. Like, dude, it's crazy. Like the sophistication of their. But because I'm such a geek, I always think of it as like a computer program. It's like everything's a simple part of a computer program, and they're very simplistically programmed. But with lots of these simple programs, it creates a massive, just incredibly complex ecosystem. But it's simple in its components, but very complex in its execution. They're cool, man. More bees.
More bees.
More bees. But they're dying out.
Yeah.
So are we, because of it.
Yeah, well, eventually, yeah. We'll have to artificially pollinate stuff.
Yeah.
Like that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Like how many...
They had
Everything was
drone
that.
bees. Because all the bees had died out.
Yeah, artificial.
But they were hacked.
Obviously.
Spoilers.
Obviously.
It's Black Mirror. It has to go bad.
That was a weird one though. It was too distant from... I like the ones which are like just a little different from where we're living right now.
It was a movie length as well.
Yeah, it wasn't...
It wasn't an hour, it was over an hour.
Anyway, any recommendations for movies and such?
I've got a good podcast to listen to.
Yeah. Shoot. Reply all.
Yeah.
Okay.
On emails when you like reply to
Yeah.
Which has been there since the beginning.
What's it about?
It's about the internet and technology and shit like that. But the guys who do it, they're quite far through now. I guess they're on their like 200th episode or something. But they just like little weird phenomenons that are happening on the internet, which could be anything from like the one I listened to today, which only came out a couple of weeks ago, was about getting robocalls. You know, when they call you up and they're like, "Hey,"
Oh yeah.
which is like way bigger in like the UK and the US, but they're US based. But it was, they dig a little deeper. And the way they tell the story, it's like very much like listening to a journalist kind of just uncovering the narrative. They keep recording little bits, and you keep hearing the story unfold.
So it's
And they've
something
done
really
some
simple,
amazing
but
stuff.
then the depth of it becomes
just
really.
bigger. So there was one
interesting.
like there was a journalist lady who thought she had some Bitcoin, and they go hunting for her Bitcoin, and you learn so much about how Bitcoin works with them trying to find like her Bitcoins. And then there was another one like they keep getting people like Facebook's fucking listening to me every time I hear something. Every time we talk about something. Like we talk about a beer, suddenly Facebook's fucking advertising it to me.
Yeah.
And everybody notices this, and then they start digging into it. Yeah, well, it's really interesting the way they come into it and all this sort of stuff. And
It's a journalistic way.
yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice thing to join their journey and discovery, right? Because it's like
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I recommend it. Reply all.
We'll give it a listen.
Yeah, and you guys, when reply all guys like PJ, Alex. Like, give us a shout out to your millions of followers.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Also, remember, guys. So the question was, how many lifetimes would it take to watch all YouTube videos? Send your
As of Valentine's Day 2019.
Yes, as of Valentine's Day 2019, send us your answers. Send them your answers, not us. I'm not always here. Probably never will be after this one. Anyways, how many lifetimes would it take to watch all the videos on YouTube? Google it. Don't care.
Calculate it.
Calculate it.
Send emails to YouTube. That's what we will do.
Yeah.
Just
Probably
YouTube.
not.
YouTube@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Send in your answers for a chance to win a T-shirt for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's a very nice T-shirt.
2 weeks from when this podcast airs, so 2 weeks from now, the winner will be announced.
Yes.
From now on.
If you remember, of course.
Yeah.
You should write it down, maybe.
Can't promise.
Promises I make on your podcast.
I know you're going to remind them.
Yeah, but there will be that one email who will be like that one person who will send the email.
That's
so,
me.
Yeah.
And you,
Yes.
and you, the listener.
Don't give up.
Oli, you in the future. Don't forget to send the email.
Talking to myself.
Oh shit, that's the perfect way to make notes to yourself.
Yeah. Have a
You're
podcast.
visiting your friend's podcast and you're like, don't forget to buy milk.
No, people actually do that. They use like a dictaphone and they just record their.
Yeah, but they
notes.
don't use their friend's podcast to fucking remember stuff.
To each their own.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in the end. What was it? 1 hour 20? Oh yeah, that's where I left the note.
You listen to the whole fucking thing in the supermarket. And then just as you leave it, I forgot milk.
Oh, they're closing already.
Subtle clap.
Faster.
This subtle clap in the sound wave, then you know where's the memo.
That's the bit you edit out, you asshole.
Yes.
And I put in like a bird song.
Haha. You don't know.
That's not a bird song. Bird song.
What kind of birds?
I see you don't speak pigeon.
That's pretty good pigeon.
Well, to Anna's apparently the birds go.
That was good. That was a seagull. That was a straight up seagull.
Now we're making bird sounds. What the fuck?
He opens the window.
Oh,
everybody-
Jesus Christ.
God damn it, not again.
Cut,
Not today.
Open the window.
Have you guys listened to bird?
Sexy bird.
Have you listened to bird song slowed down?
We should do that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it's
we
bird
should
song
slow down.
No.
Yes.
Like super slow.
Oh my god. Let's add it to the end.
It's like whale song. Just get some bird song.
Is it the 800% slowed down?
Like more.
Whoa.
They just keep slowing it.
It sounds like space.
I know you guys like to do a song at the end of it, but this time don't do a song. Just get some bird song, just like really nice, and then just slow it down further and further until it sounds like whale song.
And now for a whale song.
From
Whale music, which is actually birds. But you
Now
know the
listening
difference.
to whale music.
Yes, yes.
Have a good day. We will be back next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ha ha!